So I was in a car incident that has like left me with like post-concussion syndrome or
Okay.
symptoms. And I know that I know full well that I have created this, but I'm struggling with a couple of things. One is the fear of seeing things as they are. So
Mhm.
I have to like not that I have to face reality, but I kind of do. In a way, I feel like sometimes my optimism has created an issue in that I'm not looking at what really is.
Mhm.
So then I'm not doing the things necessarily I need to do.
Okay.
The second part of this is that I'm afraid that I will delay my recovery because because subconsciously I'm aware that I have this fear that I have to be sick to be off. Like I'm off work now for a bit and
Okay.
I'm like afraid that like if I get better, I don't like I have this yeah, like this fear that like if I get better, well then I have to go back to work.
Okay.
I don't think that this is that uncommon. I think people do this, but and I
Mhm.
know that I'm doing it, but like I do have physical symptoms and like I need like my hands are swollen. I can't use them in the morning. Anyways, all these other things. I had some significant health problems before this accident.
Mhm.
Anyway, um, but those are the things. So I'm kind of almost like I don't want to change my attitude about looking at the good things. Oh, also, I sometimes feel like I'm really starting to annoy people by
Okay.
look by looking at the positives, right? Like by not commiserating or like or
Mhm.
right? Anyway,
Yeah.
that's what I'm dealing with right now.
Okay. Do you always have to be positive?
No.
Yeah, it's not coming up true.
Yeah. Hmm. Well,
Okay.
yeah, you're supposed to be, or yeah, you should be.
No, you shouldn't always be positive. That's not how human beings are designed.
I know. And sometimes I'm mad, but not often.
Okay, but if the
Or
belief is that you
annoyed.
if the belief is that you should always be positive, then that's why you're not seeing things as they actually are,
Hmm.
because you have to stay positive even when things suck.
Hmm.
But you're
Because there
allowed to be
is
upset.
that, there is like, I guess I have it so ingrained in my head that either you can always, you should be grateful. There's always some silver lining, like, do you know what I mean?
I know what you mean. That's a wonderful story, right? But
Yeah, it is a good one.
it's a good story. There's always a silver lining. But if you've got subconscious beliefs in conflict with that story, then you're looking for a silver lining and you're ignoring a whole bunch of shit you should be dealing with. Remember, you're supposed to get angry. You're supposed to get sad. You're supposed to have these negative emotions and process them so you can get back to being happy. But you can't just not have those emotions. We just want
Right.
to get into a smaller amount of time so you spend more time being happy.
Right.
So, are you willing to destroy the belief that you should always be positive?
Yes. Mm. Mm.
Okay. Okay. It's interesting because you weren't on today's call, this afternoon's call, which had the same issue that you're going through.
Mm.
Do you have to be sick in order to say no or not do what you want or not do what you don't want to do?
Subconsciously, that is true.
Well, that's where it's important. So,
Mhm.
are you willing to destroy that belief?
Yes, 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 yes. Because being sick kind of lets you off the hook.
Mm-hmm. No one can argue with you if you're so sick you can't get to work. When you can say no without excuse, then you really step into your power.
Hmm. Yeah. And in many areas, I feel that in many
Okay.
areas, but not all. Mhm.
Mm-hmm. We want to get you to all areas.
Right. Yeah. And I want to be able to look at things that I think that I have delayed my own growth and my own progress in life because of the not looking. And not that I want to look backwards, but when I think about, like, I think like, there's two things, right? It's like
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to delay my own healing or I don't want to keep myself from progressing, but I almost have this fear of like, or like I've kind of like gotten to a place where I'm fine with it, but I kind of felt like, oh, like if I do something, like if I feel well enough to go out for coffee or go here, go there, do this thing or do that thing, that then people will think, and I know we're not, I know, we don't care what people think, but but that the judgment will be, okay, well, if you're well enough to do that, you're
Mm-hmm.
well enough to do whatever it is that I want you to do.
Yep.
And I don't want to, oh, boo, here it is. I don't want to, I don't want to create that. I guess like I don't want to create, like, I don't want to co-create this like thing where, like when you, like if you think people are jealous of you, then then you meet people that are jealous of you.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to do this. I really am trying to let go of other people's expectations of like what I should do, what I shouldn't do. I know it doesn't matter, but subconsciously I feel still from specifically from authoritarian figures,
Okay.
boss, older neighbors. I don't know why. I don't know.
Do
Like
you
if
always have to obey authorities?
no,
That's not coming up true.
really.
Are you willing to destroy the belief that you always have to obey authorities?
Ooh, you're right. I feel that. Yes. Oh, it just came up
Yeah.
that it's like dangerous not to.
Mm-hmm. Well, are you willing to destroy the belief that authorities are always right?
Yes. Even yes. Absolutely. I don't think that consciously I do not think that's true whatsoever. But if subconsciously I do, then I do. So yeah, absolutely. It's like it's more like it's easier to get along that the first thing that came in is like, well, that's the easy way to get it through. And
Mm-hmm.
then the second thing was that, well, and it's dangerous not to. Almost like an old past life belief or something.
Okay.
Or
All right. So are you willing to step out of the story that it's dangerous not to obey authorities?
yes. Oh. Hmm.
Okay. How's that feel?
Fine. It feels fine. I have this I have
That's
this
good.
like, yeah. I don't I feel slightly different. And I have this line that's been running down my neck from the base of my skull down the side of my neck through my
Hmm.
back. I just mentioned it. I felt it on the call with in the magic
Hmm.
clearing group the other day too, and I have it consistently, and it just like flared up a little bit, but it's starting to like ease. But I like I don't know what this line is, but it's like I feel like whoosh, like it's like from the base of my head all down my back right into like down to my knee.
Do you always need an excuse to not do what you're told?
uh, if that it would include like because I don't want to as an
Hmm.
excuse. I mean,
No, that's not. That's the only excuse you can have. So, do you always need an excuse other than because I don't want to not do what you're told?
I guess so. I like
Okay.
I don't know that I
Okay.
feel, I feel like a lot of times like I am gonna do what I want at the end of the day, very much so, but I'll make up even to myself maybe an excuse.
Mm-hmm. So, are you willing to destroy the belief that you always need that excuse?
Yes. Ooh. Ow.
Mm-hmm.
It's in my shoulder. Why is that in my shoulder?
Because if you don't have the
Ah.
excuse, you're going to have to bear the burden.
Well, why should there be oh, like the burden of just it's my choice.
It's your choice. The people are going to judge you for it. Are you willing to
Is
destroy the belief that you have to make sure you get the right judgments from the people around you?
oh shit. Yes. Oh boy, that's gonna be a lot. That's a good one.
Okay. Better, worse, same, or different?
Different.
Okay.
It started to go into my now I feel it in both shoulders. And then
Okay.
well, I did, but it's dissipating. So I'll just sit with this for a minute.
Okay.
That's a big one. That's a thank you. I can feel
You're
it.
welcome.
Thank you.
Hey, this is Shiraz, and if you made it this far, please click like, and if you haven't already, subscribe to this channel. And if you would like shifts like the person in the video, subscribe to our monthly magic program. The link is in the description. You will get monthly coaching as well as emails going out to help boost your vibration, your wealth, your success, and as well as a lot of other perks. And remember, be well, be aware, and be magical.